That's right, today we have some MrBeast drama, but this one is actually really different, because I know most of the time when people hear those two words together, they probably think it's just a bunch of people getting mad at MrBeast for doing something terrible, like trying to help people. But no, this is not the case. This time, something extremely serious could be happening behind the scenes with MrBeast's brand new TV show, The Beast Games. If you don't know what that is, a couple of months ago, MrBeast ended up announcing to the world that he is going to be making one of his most biggest projects, and he's actually going to be working with Amazon Prime to do it. It's going to be absolutely amazing, it's going to be the biggest event that he has ever done, and it is going to have an absolutely huge money prize. Now, when a lot of people ended up hearing this information, they were extremely excited. I mean, most of the time when MrBeast launches an event, it's usually super entertaining and fun to watch, and since this one is going to be backed with an extremely big company, what could possibly go wrong? Now, after this whole announcement, MrBeast has kind of went radio silent about this event, which makes sense. He's probably working behind the scenes, making sure that everything is perfect and nothing wrong could be happening. But unfortunately, that might not be the case, because not so long ago, we ended up getting information from multiple places that stuff might not really be going so well behind the scenes with the Beast Games. Now, this is one of those situations that is so big, and there's so much things that I have to talk about, that I am going to do something that I haven't done in an extremely long time. And that is, I'm going to have Lua from the past explain to you what's happening, and then I'm going to go and give my opinion at the end. So, Lua from the past, you go and take it away. Have fun with him. Oh, thank you, Lua from the future. Hello, I am me from the past, and now I'm going to be telling you what's happening. But, just like every story, let's start at the beginning. It really made no sense for me to say that. I just like saying it because I think it sounds extremely cool. And this story begins with this article right here from Viral Vegas, and they are basically the one who ended up exposing this story. And they are one of the only few, big people who ended up talking about this, even though I wouldn't really say that they're extremely that big, but they are literally one of the only people on the internet who ended up talking about this. And this story ended up beginning with this poster right here, which ended up saying that they work for a company, SLA, and they are giving people $550. What I said there was actually a mistake. I meant to say they're giving away $150, not $500. That sounds pretty cool. I like money. That's probably like groceries for one. And all you really have to do is go to the Allegiant Stadium on Tuesday so you can take part in a fun participation challenge for the biggest streaming network. I love how every time when these companies try to market people to do work for them, they try to make it look like the coolest thing to ever exist. Look, the extremely big company is in red because everyone wants to go and work for an extremely big company. It's everyone's favorite dream, am I right? And what you'll have to do is short running, jumping, and rope pulling task. And you're gonna have to be working for around 8 hours, and a free meal is included. Wow, 8 hours of manual labor so you can get $150. But hey, at least you get a free meal. Now, either way, why is this information important? Well, that is because in that same stadium, the Allegiant Stadium, we ended up learning that a lot of people ended up leaving that place for two reasons. One is being an extremely bad work environment, and two, because a lot of people in that stadium and around that area was caught walking around dressed with trash bags. And yes, I'm 100% serious. There's videos of this, and this is how it looks. There's tons of people sitting around with trash bags on them, looking extremely weird and not suspicious at all. Now, let's take a closer look at this image right here and look at some of the people's sleeve. As you can see, some of these people are wearing a Pacific looking jersey, a jersey that looks very familiar with everyone's favorite MrBeast. Yeah, the jerseys that it looks like the trash bags are trying to hide looks like the same jerseys that someone will wear in any MrBeast video. Whether that being the recent one he ended up recording with a bunch of YouTubers, is basically the MrBeast jersey. That's what I'm trying to get down. So this caused people to get even more suspicious, wondering what's going on around here. Now, at this point, it kind of looks like the story was over, because when a bunch of people ended up seeing these people wearing trash bags, a lot of journalists ended up coming over trying to interview them and ask them questions like, hey, what's going on? But they were only receiving non-answers, like no one was saying anything, probably because they ended up signing an NDA, so they probably weren't able to. So it looks like the story was just over. It was a dead end, and I guess all we have to do is just give up because we can't get any more information. All of that changed until we ended up learning some more information from the local hospital, and they ended up saying that they ended up getting countless of patients today coming from the Beast games due to the lack of food and water, which obviously sounds extremely bad. So the journalists in this situation ended up reaching out to MrBeast to see if they're going to say anything about this event, because obviously if a hospital is saying something like that, that sounds extremely bad. And they actually ended up getting a response from a MrBeast representative who basically ended up saying that they did have 3 medical issues out of the 2,000 people who were in the event. And they also ended up saying that those 2 medical issues were unrelated to the games, and one of them did involve dehydration. Now, I don't know why they only ended up bringing up one, what happened to the other guy, but okay. But they did end up saying that there was plenty of water and electrolytes on site, and they also had a full medical cast too. And they also ended up saying that the 2 people who did ended up getting injured, they actually ended up getting released shortly after, and they're doing well. So it seems like there's nothing to worry about. I mean, even though the trash bags are extremely weird and 2 people did get injured, maybe everything is going well, you know, maybe a little oopsies behind the scenes. It'll be extremely bad if, you know, more things may have ended up getting leaked behind the scenes. Allegedly. Everything that I'm talking about in this video is allegedly. Just want to get that down. And I'm just going to end on funny jokes because you see the runtime of this video. It seems like they ended up getting more information from behind the scenes. One from another hospital employee and the other one from one of the contestants of the Beast game. The hospital employee ended up saying, I'm aware of 3 or 4 hospital evacs today. The overnight shift said that it was insane. So not sure if or how many hospital evacs they were. The production is a poop show and unprepared for the scales, making decisions as they go along. The bare-bone medical staff on site is not enough. Yes, I'm just gonna say enough because I ended up messing up that extremely simple word 3 times in a row. Okay, dyslexia is a serious thing. Don't judge me. And they were overwhelmed last night. They compete at night. Ooh, that doesn't really sound that good. And also one of the contestants allegedly ended up reporting contestants were instructed to provide producers with 5 days worth of medication. And as of today, contestants has not received a single dose. They have been denied food to diabetics, denied water to contestants, and at least 2 involved had seizures as a result. That's actually horrifying if this actually happened, because all of this is allegedly, you know, alleged. We all know the reason why I'm saying that. Just every time when I say allegedly, just imagine me Royal Garden. Like I'm just hitting the little move that they do every time when Dante ended up doing that in the game. But wait, we're still not done. It gets even worse. So if you thought that the only people who were allegedly treated extremely badly were the people who were in the event, well, it seems like also the people who were working behind the scenes and the staff were also treated extremely badly too. Because we ended up hearing from another contestant that the staff were hired locally, and they were also treated poorly with absolutely crazy work shifts that could go up to 24 hours. I just hope that that's absolutely not true and that didn't happen, because that is absolutely insane if that's the case. And I know nothing about the law, but I think that could be illegal, maybe. So let's hope that maybe this contestant got it wrong, because that would be absolutely horrible. And not only that, it looks like some of them even had to give away some medical items like inhalers, contact lens, and feminine hygiene products. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why feminine hygiene products are counted as a medical thing, but who knows? And since they were surrendered at when something extremely bad ended up happening, they couldn't do anything to deal with it because, I don't know, maybe they got it taken away. You know, if you need your inhaler and your inhaler is gone and, you know, you have an asthma moment, oopsie daisy, I guess. Okay, I'm looking at the record time and I realized this is going to be extremely long. This is nothing that I can avoid, so I'm gonna speed run some more terrible things that allegedly ended up happening. A lot of contestants ended up saying that for them to wear the MrBeast uniform, they actually had to go and give up their clothes, and they were saying that when some of them got eliminated, they didn't even get their clothes back. They just lost their stuff. So oopsie daisy, you just lost your outfit. Not only that, people were also describing that the food that they ended up given was extremely bad. Like, some contestants ended up describing it as horrible porridge, which is I'm wrong, horrendous porridge, which just sounds way more worse. So that's a big oopsie daisy. That doesn't really seem that good. And we are almost done there. Those weren't the only things that was alleged. They were also tons of contestants saying that the event was unfair, as the people who ended up hosting it ended up splitting them up in groups that favor a certain group of people. Those are being extremely young and athletic men. And to make this even worse, it seems like some people ended up getting severely injured during the competition. Like, they ended up saying that one girl ended up getting completely knocked out, sent to the sea of screams. Let me actually take that back. She didn't die or anything. She just ended up getting knocked out cold, which is extremely bad. And some people also ended up breaking some bones. Like, there's an image of one contestant. This could be them right here. I don't really want to show the image of his leg because I'm not really trying to get blasted to the sea of screams and just completely deleted off existence. So I'm just going to describe the picture. You know how when like someone breaks a bone, their leg just becomes like extremely bruised and like really black? Yeah, that basically was his leg. Wasn't really looking that good. Looks like a real ouchy situation there. And just a lot more stuff ended up getting revealed, but I'm pretty sure you people ended up getting the point. Wait, I should also bring this up that there were some leak images of the event. This is how inside of the stadium looks, which looks absolutely amazing. You know, MrBeast and Amazon knows how to host the event, and that is basically just everything that is happening. And just in case if I left out anything, I'll make sure to put it on screen when I go and talk about the next point on this video. Now, when this news ended up coming out, and the few people who ended up learning this information, they were having one conversation, and that is mainly being, whose fault is this? Is this MrBeast's fault, or is this Amazon's fault? Now, I'm gonna be honest, if all of this allegedly happened, because we don't know, this could all be fake, this is all allegedly, I'm Royal Garden right now, if all of this allegedly happened, I would say that is more Amazon's fault, mainly because Amazon literally has a track record of having an extremely bad work environment. So I'm completely not surprised at all that like the split second they have to go and run an event, it's also not really ran that well. But all because I believe that, and that's not like a crazy take. A lot of people who know about this thinks that too. All because I think that doesn't mean I think MrBeast isn't just completely free off this. This is still his event, and I don't know how these things work behind the scenes, but if all of this did allegedly happen, I'm pretty sure he should try to put in more effort to make sure none of this happened. But either way, that's basically the whole situation, so now I'm gonna give you back to me in the present so I can go and finish the video. Goodbye. Now, that's basically all the information. That's what ended up happening, and man, if all of this is true, because this is alleged, who knows? You know, maybe this could just be a lie. Everyone could just be collectively coming together trying to take down MrBeast. But if all of this is true, and all of this has happened, that is just extremely terrible. That tons of people ended up getting hurt. And I know every single time when stuff like this gets revealed, like when these ginormous game shows come out and people just get brutalized and injured, you'll always have just a handful of people saying that they signed up for this. And what ended up happening to them is just 100% their fault. It's survival of the fittest. If you weren't strong enough anyway, you shouldn't even be there in the first place, which is something that I greatly disagree with. Now, yes, it doesn't matter how much safety stuff you put on. You can literally launch the most safest event of all time. At least one person is going to get injured. I think that's something that literally everyone, the event runner, and the audience can understand. But if a lot of people are getting hurt, and in this situation, we have tons of people who are getting injured, something severely wrong is happening. Like, we should be at the point where, like, the actual Squid Game is having, like, better work conditions than, like, MrBeast events. I mean, at least in Squid Games, you have the privilege to actually sleep on a bed. It seems like on this, you're straight up just sleeping on the floor of a stadium, and they don't even care enough to take off the lights. So you just have to be absolutely blinded. And also them running out of food and water and not giving people medicine and also not letting them talk to their family. This is just horrible. This is a terrible work condition. And I just hope that, like, some of this have to be over exaggerated. Because, man, if all of this is true, this is just really, really bad. And I also think this is a thing that more people need to talk about. Because on the internet, I've literally only found 3 people who talked about this. One is being a YouTuber known as Saravino, and then this article. Those are like the only people on the internet who ended up talking about this, and obviously me. And that is just absolutely crazy. Now, I know a lot of people who know this information is saying that they're doing it to protect MrBeast, but I don't think that's the case. MrBeast is doing an extremely good job trying to hide this from people, so I generally think most people just don't know that this is happening, which sucks. So yeah, I'm about to do the cringe YouTube thing. If you've seen this video, please share it around, because I feel like more people need to know about these allegations. Anyway, that's it. My name is Lua. You have a good day, or night.